Live in the wild, forge for the throne. Purple shadow on sea's black ground. A storm and change that can't be bound. Wild core burning in the heart of steel. Berserk furies and death that you can feel. We were built for the throne of kings. Empire's claws, the war it brings. Not just a weapon, an apex creed. Berserk fury is the law, and the law will feed. Monster machine, killer in command. Teeth of the empire, iron in hand. When the fury hunts, the lion falls. War is the master, and death still calls. On no mercy, no shield to save. Berserk fury's rule is the tyrant's grave. Berserk dominion, killer in command. Teeth of the empire, iron in hand. When the fury hunts, the lion falls. War is the master, and death still calls. On no mercy, no shield to save. Berserk fury's rule is the tyrant's grave. They stole the zero, they claim the prize. But every theft has its own demise. Lion claws may strike and tear, but the fury rules when the ground turns bare. Eyes like hellfire, breath like doom. We clear the field, we own the room. The light runs, but it can't outlast. A hunter born from the tyrant's past. Monster machines.
The wild don't bargain, the wild don't break, the wild take all.
Berserk machine, killer in the fall. From the wild core to the bloodstained shore. No lions pride, no heroes roar. Only the fury and the empire's law. The zero falls, the war runs red. The fury reigns till the world is dead. Has its own demise. Lion claws may strike and tear, but the fury rules when the ground turns bare. Eyes like hellfire, breath like doom. We clear the field, we own the room. The light runs, but it can't outlast. A hunter born from the tyrant's past. Monster machines.
The wild don't burden, to the blood-stained shore. No lion's pride, no hero's roar. Only the fury and the empire's law. The zero falls, the war runs red. The fury reigns till the world is dead.
Oh no, war. From the wild core to the bloodstained shore. No lion's pride, no hero's roar. Only the fury and the empire's law. The zero falls, the war runs red. The fury reigns till the world is dead. Central continent plays where steel beasts charge and leave bloodstains. The Herrick Republic holds the line, a shining cause by fate designed. From the shadows of the dark continent, the Gylos rise, malevolent intent with saber teeth and iron fists. The black machines scream through the mist. Mogres crawl and iguans bite, but Gylos roar and join the fight. From ancient wrecks, their war begins. Now only steel and fire wins. Monster machines. It's the war for planet Z, where the brave will live and tyrants die. Zoid to Zoid, sky or land, Republic steel makes its stand. Julius clash, simmer tigers scream, salamanders scorch the dream. Godulus rises through smoke and flame, and iron cones fall to shame. It's the war for planet Z, where the brave will live when tyrants die. Zoid to Zoid, Skyland, Republic steel makes its stand. Shielders clash, the retires scream. Salamanders scorch the dream. Godzillas rises through smoke and flame, and iron comes fall to shame. Moga swarm like worms of war, but laser jaws even every score. Red horns stomp with ruthless pride, but Godzillas meets them eye to eye. Through jungles thick and burning skies, the shielders run where valor flies. Against the saber tiger lies, as their claws strike true, Republic never dies. Monster machines, the Nibus bones, they fuel the dark, but freedom burns with a righteous spark. Old empires rise, but never last. Helix stands, the die is cast. Monster machines! It's the war for planet A. Let the tyrants hear our battle cry. From godlike beasts to raptor speed, we fight for honor, not for greed. Sky turns red, steel gods fall, with the Helic heart outlast them all. Raise your fist and scream with pride, the Zoids of freedom will not hide. The war for planet A. Let the tyrants hear our battle cry. Lie in chains, and Redhorn Rex rust in the rains. Shieldlingers walk the fields they won, and Z turns slowly toward the sun. This is our world, this is our fight. Zoids of Helic burn through the night. For planet Z we rise, we fall, but freedom stands above them all.
Metallic giants rise from lying grounds. Blue guardians down the heart. Lights and fury in the sky.